Hey, what's up guys, Will's Garage here. In this video I'm going to be installing a carbon fiber trunk floor in my E92 M3. This will be replacing the stock plastic trunk floor, which I will be removing. I picked this piece up from a shop in Germany that specializes in carbon parts. I originally placed an order for a carbon fiber hood and trunk, and since I was already paying for shipping, I asked them to make this carbon sheet for me. And this sheet is 2mm thick, if you're wondering. And before installing, I had to cut the carbon sheet into shape, and to do so I used a piece of cardboard to trace out the outline of the stock trunk floor, as you can see here. The holes were a bit challenging to line up, but I just eyeballed them the best I could. In addition to the trunk piece, I also ordered a couple of carbon sheets so that I can use them to cover the rear quarter panel holes left from gutting the interior. And these are only 0.5 millimeter thick since they don't need to hold any weight. To cut the carbon fiber, I used a rotary tool, which made the job very easy. But unless you make a perfect cut, you'll need to sand down the sharp edges to smooth everything out. After cutting all the carbon pieces to shape, I started with installing the quarter panel interior sheets first, since it's very easy and straightforward. Alright, so now we're going to be moving on to replacing the stock trunk floor. There are several 10mm nuts that need to be removed on the top, and I originally thought this was going to be really easy as lifting the plastic piece off and putting the carbon in, but turns out there's a heat shield beneath that bolts up against a plastic floor pan. The ones you see here are easily accessible to remove, but there are others that are extremely difficult to get to. And here's an example of one which is above the exhaust. A tool that made this job much easier is a ratcheting wrench like this one. Alright guys, so I'm underneath the car now, facing towards the rear, and I've been trying to remove the top piece, but there appears to be one more 10mm screw that's preventing me from removing it. And if you look on the passenger side, it's really hard to show you guys, but there is one more screw right there, and it appears to be holding this plastic piece that's shielding the red battery cable. So I think that is the last 10mm bolt that I have to remove. So I'm just going to take that out now and see if that's it. In addition to that, there appears to be some evap lines, you can see right there, that's clipped up against the black under tray. So those have to be unlatched from the clip. So this it's on the passenger side, and also on the driver's side, there's a light on there. As you can see, there's a clip holding some evap lines there as well that you have to unclip. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I think after unclipping these evap lines and removing the 10mm screw, the under tray will finally come out. Alright, so this thing should finally come out now. Okay, there we go. Alright, so this is the heat shield right here, as you can see, with the under panel removed, and there were 8 10mm bolts from the underside that you have to remove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last one, 8 that I removed. And then you got to unclip on both sides the evap lines. Looks like they're hanging here. And I was originally going to remove the heat shield, but looks like it's quite sturdy in place. I'm going to try to put some metal zip ties to keep it in place. And I also asked some fellow M3 Post members to see what they did, and one of them said they also zip tied it and haven't had any issues. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. It doesn't seem like these evap lines are going to sag. If I can just get this heat shield to cover it, I think it should be fine. Okay, so here it is with the zip tie. I have one zip tie here and another metal zip tie here. Looks like it's gonna hold up fine. The only thing is it might cause a little of a rattle when I'm driving and the wind blows against it. And as for the evap lines, they're just hanging here, but it doesn't look like there's going to be an issue. If this rattles too much, I might fab a metal rod that goes horizontally across and just tie these holes up against the rod right here. But I'm going to try to run without it first and see how it works out. Alright, I'm curious to see how much this thing weighs. So this is a bathroom scale, so I don't know how accurate it is. Well, let's just see anyway. Okay, looks like it's about 5 pounds. Alright, so let's see how much this carbon panel weighs. It's about 2 pounds. So there you go, 3 pound savings. For most of you guys, this is probably not worth the weight savings, but it does look a lot better in my opinion. I can make it work. So even though this piece is really thin, it's really strong. As you can see, it can hold a substantial amount of weight. So I'm not concerned about storing items in here when traveling to and from the track. Obviously, if I were to stand on it, it probably would break, but I would never have that much weight in this rear trunk anyways. And if I do, the weight's going to be distributed out around the edges, so I think it should be fine. Alright guys, so this is the final product here. It looks a lot better than the original tray, and I am really happy with it. Check it out, along with the side panels right here. So that's it for the video guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Peace.